motive behind the bill actually has nothing to do with Hong Kong. It has nothing to do with democracy, nothing to do with human rights, and nothing to do with the freedoms. The whole thing has been distorted. I mean, let us just look at what Nancy Pelosi said on the 21st of November, just a week ago, at the bill enrollment ceremony. She said China's promise of full autonomy for Hong Kong has been utterly broken. Now, China did not promise Hong Kong full autonomy. China promised Hong Kong a high degree of autonomy, and the high degree of autonomy has been well expressed and stipulated in the Basic Law, which was passed after 5 years of very extensive consultation, 5 years of drafting in 1990. So on such an important point, on the point that Hong Kong only has a high degree of autonomy, not full autonomy, could actually be used by none other than Nancy Pelosi herself to make sure that the bill can be passed. There's a lot of distortion, there's a lot of misrepresentation in the whole process.
Donald Trump says he signed these bills out of respect for President Xi, China, and the people of Hong Kong, and he hopes that this can lead to long-term peace and prosperity in Hong Kong. Do you think it's right?
I think no one can understand that. And this is the prestige in the eyes of the Hong Kong people of the United States. And similarly in the eyes of people in this region. Because it's very clear that Hong Kong has a high degree of freedom. We protect our human rights. We even passed the Bill of Rights in the last year of British rule in 1997. We're much more democratic than the time when Hong Kong was ruled by the British. And if you look at other countries in the region, there are many countries in Asia that are not as democratic as we are, that do not protect the human rights, and they do not have a good record for the freedoms. Now, as far as freedom is concerned, if you read reports prepared by the Canadian Fraser Institute, which is a well-known institute on these matters, Hong Kong ranked last year number 3 in the league of various nations and jurisdictions in the world, while America, in terms of freedoms, ranked number 17. And then obviously we are much higher in our ranking than most, if not all, Asian countries. Why hasn't the Americans passed a similar bill to sanction these other countries? My answer is because these countries are not part of China. Hong Kong is part of China. So Hong Kong has become a soft target for them, and Hong Kong is a proxy for China.